Hey y'all, I'm gonna try a live on YouTube. Let's see how it goes. The underlying conversation today will be an update on dividend investing and how I pay for my life here in Thailand off of my dividends and how I'm able to do that very easily. So, here to take questions and talk about that. Hopefully, some folks will join and we'll take some questions and give some answers about all of those things or any topics that you want to cover, really. But in the meantime, I will, as people join, this will be recorded for later. I will continue to just talk about the dividends and how that's going. And this will be published later for other folks to check out. So, for the month of August, so just by way of summary, right? I have 3 accounts now. One is my brokerage account, which is my cash account that is fully taxable and fully liquid. The other is my IRA. Last weekend I turned 59, so I'm 6 months away from being able to touch that. And then the third one is a new test account that I have created because a lot of people have made comments about the investments that I've summarized here in other videos and said, hey, you've had those accounts for a while, they got a good bit of money in them. What if I'm just starting out? What would that be like? So I've created a test account that I started from scratch. I funded it with just $100, and I'm adding $50 a month to that to see how long it takes me and to demonstrate what you can do with even a small account and how it's going to generate you eventually an income that will provide for you and your future. So first update is going to be on the brokerage account, so my cash account. This is a weekly update. So for the week that ended Saturday, August 30th, and I say it ended that day because things that settled on Friday, you see on Saturday. So yeah, I do Sunday to Saturday for the weeks. So as of Saturday, August 30th, last week I received 2 dividend payments in my cash account. One was from my holdings of Misty, that's the Yield Max Micro Strategy Fund. MSTY is the ticker on that. And I earned $544.95 from that ETF last week. I also earned from the ticker YMAX. That's the YMAX family of funds ETF that they have. And that one pays weekly. Misty pays monthly. The YMAX for the week paid me $70.37. Yes, I'm reading. So my weekly total in the cash account was $615.32 just last week. For the monthly total, August, in that month, for the month, $1,533.11 in dividends in my cash account. Now that may not seem like a lot. It may not seem for many people like you could live off of that, but I live in Thailand. I live a modest lifestyle, but it's a lifestyle I'm very, very comfortable with and that I enjoy greatly. And on average, I only spend about $850 a month to live here. That includes my food, my health insurance, everything, my rent, my utilities, my Netflix subscription, my Amazon Prime, all included. I average about $850 a month. For a busy month or an expensive month, it will push upwards of $1,200. So if I made $1,533 in my cash account last month, I paid for my entire lifestyle here in Thailand. Now, some folks will comment that there's no way you're happy if you're living on $800 a month or $1,000 a month, or it's not sustainable. Well, I've been here 2 years and I've been doing it, so it sure is sustainable, and the dividends are sustainable as well. If you'd like to go out to the main channel and watch some of the past videos on my weekly updates, you can do that. I also recently published a very long, I think it was like 40 minutes video talking about all the dividends I made across all of my accounts for 3 months. So you can see what I'm invested in and how much I'm making. So, hey Scott, I see you on here. Let's see. Happy belated birthday. Thanks. You're missing Thailand so bad. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes. And I know you're anxious to get back here, so ready for you to come back too. Things are moving along great here. Hope you're doing well. Let me turn the page and go talk about my bigger account, and this is my IRA account. So for all those years of working and rolling 401ks to consolidate things and get it together, obviously this is a much larger account, so you'll see higher totals in here. But let's take a look. So for the week, again, the week ending August 30th in my IRA account, and most of these I still have set on drip. Some of them I've taken off drip because I'm looking to make a couple other moves and I want the dividends to fund some future investments. So let's just cut to the chase and talk about what I made last week in my IRA. So I also hold MISTY or MSTY in my IRA account, and last week that paid me $2,640.25. I also hold YMAX there as well, but not as much as the MISTY. So I made another $178.62 on the YMAX last week. SVOL is another ETF that I have there, and it paid me $165.57. And I also hold some ULTY, and that paid me $94.90. So for the week ending August 30th in my IRA account, I made $3,079.29 just last week. For the month, dividends only in my IRA, the total $7,602.86. Not a brag, just a long time investing and focusing on dividend income production. So between those two accounts for the month, my dividends alone generated $9,135.97. Not bad when you're only spending $1,000 a month to live. So I'm still banking and reinvesting and making new investments off of the profits from my dividends. So obviously I could spend a lot more money to live here on my lifestyle. I just choose not to. Spending money doesn't make me happy. I don't have to have the latest and greatest of everything. I don't need the newest iPhone that comes out every 2 weeks. It seems they've got something new coming out. It's just not my way of living. You can probably tell from the noise that, as usual, I've got the doors open to the house, and you can hear the birds outside. You can see, which way is it? The fan. I'm not running the AC right now. I moved here for the warm weather, but it's actually quite cool this morning. It's rainy season here in Thailand, so I live the life I want to live, and I could spend as much as I want. I just don't want to spend a whole lot. It doesn't take a whole lot. Let's take a look at that test account that I just started. Now, I just created this account, and on September 3rd or 2nd, the second installment of the extra $50 a month that I've got set up to go into this account hit. But for the week ending August 30th, with just $150 invested in the account, and everything is right now put into the YMAX, I made $1.53 last week on that account. For the month, I earned $6.09 in the account. And like I said, it's only had, for the month, it only had $150 in it. It now has $200 that has been put into it, and we'll keep building it from there. The dividends are on reinvestment for now, but I'm thinking about switching the dividend reinvestment off and taking the dividends in cash, just as a way to demonstrate how quickly you can get your investment back or cover that investment cost. And one of the other things is, because I'm invested in YMAX, you see a lot of net asset value erosion in those kinds of ETFs. So sometimes the drip doesn't always work in your favor if the erosion continues. My thought is the erosion is going to slow down there, and we've kind of hit bottom. We're actually seeing it kind of start to tick back up in the last week or so. So we'll see how it goes. Keep in mind, none of this is investment advice. I'm not an investment advisor. I'm not allowed to give you advice. I'm just talking about what I've done and what I've earned the last week. Don't go and buy these things because I'm invested in them. If you need help from a professional, I'm not one. Go and get one. Stephen Duncan, keep on living, I think it is a lot. I have never invested, and I realize it's the only way to keep in front, but never taken a leap to buy $50,000 roughly a year is a good wage. Watching you say about other investments, $50,000 is not correct. More like me, and agree. Thailand, you move Must be free, stress-free life. It's very stress-free here, Stephen. And one of the things I love is that it's so affordable, and on a very modest account. Depending on how you invest it, you can certainly generate enough income to cover your lifestyle, or at least big chunks of it, right? So even if you think about if you've got a retirement income or some savings or other passive income streams, or a lot of people wait until they're collecting Social Security, and the combination of a modest dividend income focused investment portfolio coupled with some other form of income, you can live a very comfortable life in many places. But one of the main reasons I left America was because I wanted to retire. I didn't want to wait for Social Security, which wouldn't have covered my lifestyle in America anyway. But I was able to do that at 57. I was able to stop working and move to Thailand. And I could have moved here many, many years ago, given the low cost of living. But it makes for a great life, and it doesn't have to be expensive to be happy. Scott says, are you dealing with doing and paying taxes, also filling out tax forms using an accountant? My U.S. taxes I've e-filed for since they came up with e-filing. I don't know when the last time was. I didn't. Well, no, actually, I do know. At one point, many years ago, I had a business, and I used an accountant to file the taxes then, because it just got a little too complicated between business and life and investments and everything else going on, and it was easier to just have an accountant do it for us at the time. But I'm back to it's easy filing now, and I don't have an income. I don't have a salary anymore, and all I have to deal with is passive income streams like YouTube paying me a little bit every month, and then investment income and that kind of stuff. So my taxes have been simplified greatly by not working anymore. Happy to take questions about life in Thailand, investing, retiring, what I'm doing. How come cars got wheels? I don't know. I wasn't planning on being here a long time. I've been putting off making YouTube videos lately just because I know it kind of feels more like a job than a hobby these days. And if it feels like work, I don't want to do it. So I thought it would be easy to come on, and instead of making a video to give the weekly update, I would do it live and maybe take some other questions. I've been doing a lot of live over on, like I said, I got the doors open, the motorcycle going by. I've been doing a lot of lives over on TikTok, and they seem to be doing really well. That account has grown. This account, YouTube, I'm at 9,800 subscribers. So thank you everybody who has subscribed and continues to watch the videos. If there's something you want to see more of other than condo tours, I've stopped doing condo tours because they got to be just too much work. Let me know what you want to see about life over here, and I'd be happy to get into it and talk more about it. And I need some ideas for videos. So if you've got suggestions, I'm open to suggestions. If you want to see more of the financial stuff or less of the financial stuff, let me know that too. But I'm doing it for fun. It gives me something to do. There is a big street food festival up the road here in Banampur this weekend. So I hope to be, if the rain stays away, I hope to be heading up there tonight or tomorrow and making a video of the street food festival in Banampur Beach. So not Jomtien area between here, Bangsare, where I live, and Jomtien. So that should be fun, and I love the Thai food, so we'll be getting into that and maybe trying some weird stuff. I don't know. Depends on what they have. I'm sure I'll be trying food I've never eaten before, and maybe even don't know what I'm eating, but it's one of my favorite things to do is just going, okay, I'll eat it. If it looks good, it smells good, chances are I'll try it. I hear tourism is down and some friends are concerned about visa runs. Your thoughts? Great question, Scott. It's funny because, I watch some of the local news, and of course it's, English-based local news. And one of the channels I watched was actually joking recently because we had been hearing for months that tourism is down and the Thai economy is, hurting. And then another report came out from a different government agency saying, no, actually tourism was up. So it was like, which report do you listen to? Which one is right? Who was counting what, or how are they counting differently? But the most recent reports are indicating again that tourism is down. Chinese tourism, especially, and that is the biggest segment of tourism for Thailand, comes from the China market. I think they're saying is down by like 1 million visitors a month. So it's definitely down. It's low season right now too, so there's that to factor in. But year over year, it's fewer people coming this year than last year, and a lot of people are talking about the tourists are going to other places that are cheaper. Right now, the baht is very strong compared to like historical values or average values, or at least where it was 2 years ago. So people are maybe moving or their trips to other destinations. That wouldn't have anything to do with visa runs, but there is also a lot of discontent among folks who want to live in Thailand related to short-term visas and enhanced banking regulations to try and bring more compliance to the banks related to anti-money laundering controls, and also mitigating the risk of the banks being used to facilitate the call center frauds and other things that are very prevalent here in Southeast Asia. So bank regulations tightening up, coupled with some tighter enforcement around visas, or tighter enforcement around specifically people living long-term here in Thailand on short-term stay permits, whether it's the tourist entry stamp, your 60-day visa-free entry, or other short-term visas that get abused by visa runs. So normally if people are talking about visa runs, the most common thing they're talking about is someone who has just come in on a tourist entry stamp. So 60 days, most countries get 60 days on arrival, and you can go to immigration and pay a small fee and extend that for another 90 days. But then that is up, and you're supposed to leave because you're just a tourist. But many people will make a visa run, which is simply going out of the country and then re-entering Thailand to get another one of those 60-day stamps. And they live here long-term on that. In the past, it was acceptable to do that, and you could make 2 or 3 border runs, land border runs, and a couple more by air, and immigration wouldn't question it. But it's becoming very common now to hear reports of people who have condos and things here and have been living that lifestyle for a while, making a border run and being denied entry, whether they're coming back in through an airport or at a land border. Immigration is telling them, nope, you can't come back because you're abusing the system and you're not allowed to live here. You've got to get a long-term visa. And all their stuff is still stuck in their condo or wherever it was they left it when they thought they were leaving in the morning and coming back in the evening. That ain't happening. So immigration is cracking down on that. Guitar Gardens. I see some videos of YouTubers in Thailand putting all their money in Misty or other yield max options. I would not count on those high yields lasting that long. With Misty, if Bitcoin goes down, it goes down too. So there's risk in every investment. And again, I'm not giving investment advice. You can certainly run your portfolio the way you want to run it. If you go and watch that other longer video I was talking about, you'll see that I'm invested in a lot of things other than the Yield Max family of funds. And I think, let's see. Oh, it was this week, so it wasn't included in what I got. Like I just got $760 some this week from my investment in Bridge. So I'm also invested in single stocks and other ETFs. But given my cost of living, my age, and everything else in my life, my acceptance of risk may be higher than yours. So everybody's different. Feel free to invest the way you want. Try not to judge other people. What else we want to talk about? Watching, let's see. I watch the markets a lot, and there's something big coming. You're using a crystal ball saying that. So I disagree. Everybody has their own opinion, and I'm happy that you're sharing yours, right? I'm not saying your opinion is wrong. But I do live a life where you're certainly entitled to your opinion, and I believe I'm entitled to mine. And one of the things that's happened in the West is people have forgotten that it's okay to be different. And they want to get violent about it, or they want to get hostile and argumentative about it. I'm not here arguing positions. I'm not saying I'm right, you're wrong. Everybody's risk tolerance is different. Everybody's opinion of the markets and whatever else you've got opinions about is different too, and that's okay, as long as you can express yourself in an adult way, and it's not hostile, argumentative, or vulgar. You're certainly welcome to do that. Stocks and crypto are looking to bubble like, and gold and silver starting to run shows central banks know what's coming. Okay, like I said, your opinion. Nobody here's given investment advice, and if you're an investment advisor, you can't give advice here either, because I'll just kick you out. But feel free to share your opinions, your ideas. We're all in this together. Maybe we'll come up with something different between us that one of us didn't know about, or some of the others get some good ideas from it. I'm happy to talk about experiences. What I don't do is talk about stuff I don't know anything about. I try not to make stuff up. But that was the whole point of the video. I wanted to get in. I wanted to take some questions, give some answers if anybody had them. Give that weekly update in a little different format than the pre-recorded couple that I have put out recently. I'm glad y'all joined. It's a 20-minute video now, which is about perfect for this little update. So I'll see y'all in the next one.